Hey guys, it's Michaela Madison with newsymom.com. We're here today at the Dover Public Library, and I'm with the director, Jim Gill, and we're getting kind of a behind-the-scenes tour. We're so excited to be here, Jim, and happy you made some time for us. I know it's kind of busy here right now.
It is. It's been interesting the last 4 months.
A lot going on, and we're going to get to take a look at everything. So stick with us, and we'll show you all the behind-the-scenes of what's happening here.
The library in 2014 decided to undergo a renovation, begin the process of that. Yeah, the library has great bones. It's built in the 50s. It's built like a bomb shelter. It was just time for an update. And so what we decided to do is to pitch the idea to the Board of Trustees, and they approved it, and we were able to begin the process of that. And so in essence, we've been fundraising for about 3 years. Our goal was to raise $500,000 from the community and not have to borrow any money to do this. And so we are, as of today, what is it, November 8th, about $13,000 short of our goal. So we're going to get there by the end of the year. That is our goal. So basically, we wanted the library to feel like a library when you walk in those doors. And so when you come in the front doors, we're excited about our new custom cabinetry. This is done by Homestead Furniture in Hope, Ohio.
Okay.
True craftsman with woodworking. We are in the process of inserting our fireplace. We're going to have black quartz surrounding it, so they're going to come measure that today. So when you walk in the front doors, you're going to see themed displays, new books. We're excited because we're going to open around Christmas time. That we're going to have it all lit up with lights and wreaths and things like that.
Yeah,
so that's exciting. We're going to have some nice wingback chairs here. It's going to feel like a library. But I want to point out, it's wired for the modern age. We have outlets everywhere, Wi-Fi everywhere. The idea is that every tables and chair, wherever you find a seat in this library, you're going to be able to have access to.
You know, and that's a good point, and I think we'll probably talk about that as we're walking around today. But, you know, when people think of libraries, they just think of books. But that's not the case anymore. Libraries have really become this destination to do activities, jump on the computer. I know there's a lot of, you guys do tablets and, I mean, all kinds of stuff now.
You got it. You know what? As you can see, if you look over here, books are still our bread and butter, of course, and physical materials. And we're the Tuscarawas Valley, a lot of traditional users with library services. But as you said, ebooks, tablets, we check out a selfie stick here. Weird things that
Have you used the selfie stick,
Jim?
I
have not. When we have our grand reopening, I'm going to have a selfie stick in action.
Perfect.
But programming too.
Yeah.
You mentioned bringing people together. I feel like the library really is the front porch of the community. We're trying to create relationships and having people come together. And if it's through books, if through its programs, author events, story times, computer classes, whatever it takes, we're going to bring people together. So
fantastic. Well, let's check out some more.
Okay. So periodicals, magazines, and so we are a little unique. We have 300 subscriptions in a small library, which is really not common. And so it wraps all the way around. We also have a collection in teen and children's, and so we get a lot of value of that, a high circulation. So we're proud of that. So what you're going to see here, you're going to have nice wingback chairs. You're going to have all these power outlets, tables with lamps on them. At the base of the lamps, you're going to be able to charge in, connect, charge your phone, you're plugging your laptop. So that's what you're going to see right here.
A lot of nice work areas that kind of inspire productivity even. So hey, college kids, if you're in the area and need a place to study, the library is a great place to do that too.
And light. So right now they're papered up, but what I hope you see when we go to the other side is lots of natural light coming in. Those windows, 15 large windows, were given to us by Provia in Sugar Creek, Walnut Creek area. So that was about a few years back. So we're excited about that. Our main desk, you are standing on it right now.
I'm sorry, I'm on the desk.
It's going to be right here. Primary help desk will be right here. So when patrons come in, we're going to have a better idea of who comes in, so we can see all the emphasis facing. So I think it's for safety and security, know what's going on.
And actually, that's a great question, Jim. Safety and security is such a huge topic right now. So, you know, while we're talking about all of these cosmetic upgrades that are absolutely beautiful, that's always got to be in the back of your mind. And it sounds like you guys are being very diligent in the decisions you're making. You know,
as a public place, we have to be prepared and ready, and so we are going through some safety training. We've done that over the years, and we're gonna have to get familiar with our new spaces. We need to make sure staff are familiar with where exits are at and things like that. The idea is to have low shelving so the light comes in. Most of this area is soft seating, lounge seating, tables and chairs where people can sit by the windows and get on their laptop, read. We're gonna have public internet stations along the lighter green wall over there, so that's gonna be good. And right here,
We got a
is
guy hard at work.
Billy from Wood Electric here.
Hi, Billy.
Hello.
Doing some wiring here. So what we're looking at here, we're actually gonna, the Tuscarawas County Sports Hall of Fame is gonna be housed here.
Oh.
It's a new thing that you'll hear about in the next year,
Great.
okay? So what we're doing here is we're gonna put up a monitor there so that when we have our first class of Hall of Famers, they can select the year, you have a biography, their photo and a biography pops up. And so that's what's gonna go here, is that type of video board.
Yeah, so what was the conversation like when you sat down? Because I know your desk is covered with plans still to this day. So when you sit down and you have these conversations, I mean, what is in your mind when you're thinking about how best to serve the community?
Great question. We did some surveys before we got cracking. I think it's important. I'm a lot of traditional values, and I wanted it to feel like a library when you came in. So I think we balancing community input with staff. They need to have input. This is their space, so we need to have staff input as well. And then there's a little bit of trust involved too. So we work with a firm called Library Design Associates.
Okay.
And they specialize in library design, as their name implies. And so we work give and take with them on what we wanted, what they recommended. But in the end, we wanted to make sure it fit Dover in this community.
And then I want to point out too, you mentioned the money, the funds that you've raised, with the exception of $13,000, which is the goal, right?
Yep.
By the end of the year. That was not, I mean, that was from donations and things like that, right? The community saying, hey, we want this to be better in our community.
Correct. It really was a grassroots effort. We really had everyday patrons giving $20. We had a kid give us $1. And right around here, there will be a donor wall where all of our donors are recognized, and that kid's going to be on there as well. And of course, we had our big foundations and corporate entities that gave some big chunks, which is huge. But the vast majority were just everyday patrons and donors dropping off a check, handing me $20, that type of thing. And so it all adds up, and we're at 400.
It's not a bad job.
So, yeah.
I just want to point out to all of our readers that you can actually jump on to our event calendars anytime. The library is not only a destination where you can find technology and sit down and study, read a good book, of course, but it's also a place where different events are hosted. I know you guys do stuff all the time. You bring in speakers. I think you've had wild animals in here a few times. So you can always find that information on newsymom.com, and we're excited to partner with you and follow you through this journey.
This is our future teen room. It's a temporary space right now. We do have computers. If you remember, there were 13 stations in here. There will be some dedicated just for teens in the remodeled space. Right now, they're makeshift everything. So these tables, everything's going to be changed.
Yes.
The only thing that's going to stay here, we have the bookshelves, this computer counter, and it's all painted. So we're just waiting for the pieces to come in. So this is a work in progress right here.
Yeah, and whenever you're choosing the technology, how do you come up with that? Because, Jim, you're not a teenager anymore.
Come on. I said it's 2018, right? Well, I'll tell you what. We did get an awesome grant for 4 new gaming computers. So these are high-powered PCs for kids. And so we're excited about unveiling those in December as well.
Fantastic.
So those will be over there replacing the ones that you see right now.
And I love how you've integrated the books. Even though this is kind of technology focused, the books are still, hey, you're still at the library.
You got it. And I think there's something to be said about kids who are on technology all the time. They like to have, we find that, we see that for them to disconnect, there's been a big movement on disconnecting.
Yeah.
And whether it's playing a game with each other or coming to a program or reading a book, that a person-to-person interaction is huge. One thing I want to point out, if you look where the main window is here, when we took down the old computer cabinetry, we didn't realize the window went all the way down to the ground, and so right now there's a black film in it. We're going to be replacing those panes with clear glass, so we'll be able to see the new high school as it unfolds. This, for all you watchers and viewers, this is a card catalog.
What is that?
What is that? Exactly. So we keep this as a reminder of where we came from and how it really hasn't changed that much. This was organized, title, author, subject, right?
Absolutely.
You have cards. The online card catalog is the exact same way, except they add a keyword, which is a huge advantage. So we keep this as a reminder to us about where we came from and where we're going, that libraries are going to change. So we do deliveries to people who can't get to the library. So this is where they organize all those materials and get a game plan about what's going where. This person is getting, you know, these are all deliveries. We borrow things from the library, so those deliveries come in here, and the things are sorted and distributed. So that's
And that's a really neat service. So just highlighting that a little further is, you know, not everybody can make it to the library. So you guys actually have a program where people contact you and say, hey, I would really like to check this book out, and you make sure it gets to them.
Correct, yeah. If you have a temporary disability, you're in had surgery, you know, or whatever, if you can't get here, we'll get it to you. First area I wanted to point out, this right now is a temporary work area, but this will be a public conference room when it's all said and done.
For those of our readers that are watching right now, you can't tell, but it smells like fresh paint in here. They're definitely hard at work.
That's right, that's right. Now down here, this is exciting. There's going to be a wall put across here. This whole quad of the basement is actually going to be local history. So we're working with the Dover Historical Society, and we're going to blend our archives. So we were maintaining a collection. They had one. So we're going to work together and partner and have one archives focusing on Dover and Tuscarawas County. This will be our new fiscal officer's office down
There's
here.
the paint.
There's Travis painting for us. Come on, Travis, say hi.
Hi.
In library lingo, it's called technical services. So this is where all the new materials come in, where you process the new books, put the stickers on them, get them cataloged. Again, not done. Everything's in disarray right now. This will be technical services where all that work, the behind the scenes work is done.
Yeah.
They just don't show up in a box ready to go. Someone has to prepare them and get them cataloged and things like that.
Put the Dover Public Library sticker on.
You got it.
Right,
yeah.
right.
And those people have the best job because they get to see all the new materials first. So
they can check them out first?
No.
Oh,
if there's no holds, public always goes first. If there's no
perfect.
reserves on them, then they can take them. But yeah.
Well, I'm so excited. So December, what was it again? 16th. There's a lot of work here, Jim. But it sounds like you guys are hard at work. You got a great plan, and it just kind of all comes together right at the end, doesn't it?
I think it's like a wedding. It's all those details at the end. Well, this is where we're at right now.
Yeah.
December 16th, tentatively 1 o'clock. We'll confirm that down the road, but we hope to have our viewers and the public come and check out the new space.
Well, we'll definitely be here. I'm excited to see how all this comes to be. So thank you so much for having me.
No problem. Thank you.
Appreciate it.